Okay, so I am Megan Sasha. I'm your judge for the show bill on November 22nd. We are about to watch the 8 entries in Gelding halter. Now, some of these I have seen before in other classes already. This is one in particular that I have seen already. So the comments are going to be redundant in halter, just, horse's conformation doesn't change. So I'm sorry about that, but might notice new things different each time. So this particular horse, eye-catching color pattern, certainly happy, seems pretty happy in terms of disposition. Do notice the sway back. I do wish he was stood up on all four feet so that I'd be able to really judge rather than guess, particularly in the hind. Does have some muscle definition, but kind of the slope of the shoulder is a little bit steep for me, so those are kind of my initial comments. Thank you. Good entry. Next one. I believe I've seen this one as well. Yes, I have. And I commented earlier that this is halter, but we have all kinds of different kinds of halter horses in here. So this is certainly more of a performance halter looking horse. And I mentioned earlier about the balance that this horse demonstrates, kind of the shortness of the back. Is a little more desirable. A strong top line, really pretty head on this horse. A little, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say a little steep in the shoulder. Could that shoulder be laid a little bit back further? Probably. But, these are minute things because it's a really nice horse. Nice definition across the back. And this side really, I think it's the light probably, but really the horse really shows itself well on this particular side. Nice straightness in his legs, so this is a really, really nice entry. Thank you. All right. I've seen this one as well. And this is a really, very typey little horse that really kind of embodies every characteristic of its breed. I have talked about in the other classes with this horse about the refinement that you notice in this horse's head and its throat latch and its neck. And also quite balanced. So, and when it pricks its ears forward, there's such a cute little head on it. So it's a really nice entry as well. There's a whole smattering of different kinds of horses in here. So sometimes it can be hard to judge breeds against one another, but this is a nice example of this particular breed as the last horse was as well. And some nice definition in the muscle as well that you can see on this side a little more evidently than the other side. So very nice. Thank you. Oops. All right. Next one. I have seen this one as well. So again, some of the comments will be repetitive for you. I'm sorry about that. This is a really nice 2-year-old. Saw it in the 2-year-old class. Again, quite balanced. Very nice hip on this horse. The shoulder ties in where I would like it to. When you look at where the bottom of the neck kind of meets where that change happens in terms of the angle, you can see the slope of the shoulder then, and it's a little more desirable than some of the other entries maybe have shown. For this being a young horse, it's surprisingly even. in terms of its height at its withers and the height at its hip. It has a nice short back. So this is a very nice entry as well. Really enjoy seeing this in a halter class horse of this capacity. I don't know if that's the right word. Really pretty in the tail, the flaxen in the mane and the tail, and nice, squareness happening for a 2-year-old, especially in the hip. And when you, kind of pull his head out like that to show the neck, that, really looks nice. He checks all the boxes. Very good. All right, next one. So I did see this horse in the pony and mini class prior. So let's see what we notice here. This makes me laugh how he scampers a little bit there. Good. So he is stretched out a bit at the setup here, which might kind of make him look a little less strong, but nice in the hip. Maybe a little heavy. Nice straight legs, so structurally really good. Okay. This is like obstacle halter here. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can see here. Okay. So I wasn't able to really get much of the profile. I'll try and just pause it here. Have that turn in there. There, probably. So from what I can tell, the horse is a little heavy. There lacks a little bit of definition. Now the way I've paused it here, right as he is about to turn, makes his hip look, weak. I think his hip is actually stronger than what we are seeing right here. And that probably the same thing in the angle of the shoulder. Doing these virtual things can be really hard because we have to judge what we see. And sometimes we want to see a little more. So, but it looks like there's some strength in the top line. I'd like to see that bottom line kind of sucked up a bit. But I think there are some good things to work with here. All right, next one. We're getting there. I believe I saw this horse earlier. And this definitely, she's showing this in Huntseat attire. So this makes me believe that it's a hunter horse. And so knowing that then, or kind of judging that with this horse with that understanding, the long legs, the higher hock is okay. This horse also shows really good balance. His nice neck, he looks like an athlete. So in terms of the performance halter side of things, and not necessarily looking for that beefiness with this particular horse. So you can look at kind of the strength of the top line here. And the bottom line is nice and smooth and kind of sucked up as you'd like to see. Really pretty horse, very lots of eye appeal in this one. Could be stronger across the back, I suppose. Across the croup, I should say. And could be, in the perfect world, I like him to have a little more slope in his shoulder, but it is okay. Okay, and structurally looks pretty good. All right, one more to go. This one too I did get to see earlier. And each time I look at this horse, I'm impressed by its balance. It's very balanced. So you have to judge each class with kind of that form to function in mind. This is Geldings. So the function really isn't given to us. So as a judge, you kind of have to do your best to guess what this horse is. I guess that this horse is probably a hunter horse, and so then judge it in that way. But either way, no matter what, this horse is really quite balanced. This horse shows good definition, a nice neck, could be stronger across the croup, shortish back, strong shoulder. So lots of really good things happening with this horse. Very, very few minuses, if any, on this particular entry. So thank you very much. Very nice.